start with that real quick. NBA free agency. Wow, a lot of news came out today, brothers. First of all, we had news come out that LeBron James will not return to the Los Angeles Lakers. That puts him in play for a few destinations. And I bring this up because obviously I want to find out from you where you all think LeBron will be going. But right now, leaving the Lakers, he has the rumors are hot and heavy about Golden State. I'll talk about that in my portion. You all can talk about it. Cleveland, another destination, obviously could happen. BG, you are a resident Cleveland native, can take us there. I thought about this with AP offline earlier. I haven't really heard it talked about too much. Miami with Giannis could be a place. You've heard of other places as well. Also came out today, Kawhi Leonard traded from the Clippers back to the Raptors where he won a championship for Brandon Ingram and a bunch of other picks to pair up there with Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, and Emmanuel Quickly. So that was the most important basketball news of the day today. Gentlemen, you can touch on whatever you want there, pause if necessary. What I do want to get from your final analysis is, what do you think about where LeBron is going to end up? But you can also talk about Kawhi as well if you want. You can talk about the Clippers being a complete sham of an organization. You can talk about the LA Lakers conspiracy theory because, Mar, you better believe I'm going to talk about it. So since Mar is having some sort of mukbang on screen as we're live, I'm going to start with Bobby G. Bobby G, what do you got on this?
Why the Clippers got to be what you call them?
A sham mockery of a franchise.
Why they got to be that?
I mean, look what they did. They traded traded SGA away for Paul George. Look what happened there. That's still reverberating. They threw away, let's not forget it, they threw away Lob City when they had the best team they had. Then they unceremoniously retired Chris Paul, which we talked about, which is a piece of shit they don't deserve. Plus, they paid off an organization to pay off Kawhi under the table. We talked about that. I don't know what else you want from me about how much of a shit organization they are, but you can take it from there.
How are they shit? I mean, still, the under the table stuff, guess what? That ain't the Clippers. That's the organization paying them.
I know you ain't about to sit here and defend the Clippers in this argument. I know you're not about to.
Yeah, I am, because you're absolutely 1-1 first. You're absolutely wrong. Two, they didn't destroy the Lob City Clippers. The Lob City Clippers destroyed themselves because they couldn't finish the deal. Second, you talk about the OKC thing. Guess what? Today, the OKC situation is over. All of those pieces of stuff have been absorbed. So they used the asset remaining from that situation. And guess what? They actually got their picks back today. Some picks. So they're on the plus side of the pick situation as of today.
Mean, that's very hard. That's hard to argue. SG is a two-time MVP and a world champion.
We still have one more first-round pick from them next year.
They lost SGA. The Bucks lost Giannis. The Cavs lost. Teams lose players. Are they the first team in history to, No, they're not. So, OKC drafted Chet. What do you want? Like, mistakes happen, right?
Okay. Mistakes happen.
So, and they picked up a young point guard of the future. So you got Darius Garland. Now you have cap space, and now you actually have picks to build the roster properly. The Clippers came out better than the Raptors, who picked up a player who doesn't want to play basketball. And they're going to give him another $100 million to not play basketball every day.
Also fair.
And it's really weird that he wanted to go back there because there's literally no one there. And I'm not talking player, but regime-wise. Like Simon Jerry is gone. Coach is gone. I don't think there's any coaches on the coaching staff that maybe he just liked the city of Toronto that much.
I think he did.
But, your dumbass shouldn't have left in the first.
I've had good things. I've heard good things. Let's just say
it's Canada's free healthcare. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Not like he's gonna need it. He ain't gonna play.
Just hopefully he leaves Uncle Walter at home. Whatever. Leave him in Inglewood.
Hey, free healthcare is slapping when you need that penicillin shot, right?
That'd be fair.
I mean, I don't know about that. I've been relatively safe in that department my entire life. So, I mean, knock on wood, you know.
No! If y'all didn't hear the news today, woo! Back up that truck on him, Bobby G. Back it up on him.
No, with LeBron, LeBron's gonna do whatever LeBron feels is best for him at the end of the day.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, the Warriors thing's there. It's wherever he wants to close out his career, he'll do it.
He's making sure his son is solidified. He says Golden State and Cleveland are his top landing spots. From his insider, says Canteen. Canteen, your insider is your boy Greg from down the street. I don't want you quoting your insider. Who the hell is your insider?
Wow.
I am your insider. Anyways, where is he landing, BG? Is he coming back to Cleveland or not?
I don't think so. We don't have, our financial situation isn't like that. I really don't see Miami. I don't want to say never because, he did have a conversation with Dan Gilbert after those two were at odds at one time. So it's, I can't put it out of the realm of possibilities. Him and Pat Riley couldn't have a conversation and work that out, but I just think it's doubtful. So just on the process of elimination, I would have to say the Warriors. He's always hinted at wanting to play with Steph Curry.
Yep.
Right. So, and they are obviously making room for that to happen. So I'm gonna go with the betting favorite. I'm gonna go with Golden State.
Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely. All right, AP, what you got?
At the very least, the Clippers aren't the Angels, so they're not the worst run team in Los Angeles at the very least.
Why is it always LA? Damn it.
Well, that's just been the Angels since like 2002, so that's been their thing. And I actually do agree with Bobby on the Clippers that they're actually building a cohesive roster right now. Not like they're going to be world beaters or anything because the West is just still stacked, but you got to take baby steps if you want to rebuild a little bit. And they realized they made an error. They had a one-time shot with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard to go win a championship, and then of course Kawhi just kind of didn't want to play basketball anymore, and Paul George is out in Philly, so none of that trade worked out, and now they're taking their lumps. They're rebuilding that roster up and trying to find the way to catch ground a little bit in the NBA. So will they? Who knows? They just got to have better front office management a little bit and try to figure stuff out, because you can compete in the NBA. You just got to get the right team together. So as far as LeBron goes, I don't want to say Golden State because I'm pretty sure that's where he's going to end up going. I do think the Miami thing is intriguing. I don't think it's going to matter because I don't think whatever team he goes to, I don't think they're going to be competitive. I really don't. I don't like the Miami situation because it's like, oh, yeah, you got Giannis. Probably it's still in a little bit of his prime, but I don't trust Bam for more than 1 or 2 games. And then, of course, if you go to Golden State, you're going to have basically a super team down there if this was 10 years ago. But, 90% of that roster is also going to be taking half the year off. So,
yeah. I mean, they were the NBA 2K franchise last year. So.
And if they do that, you're going to be a 7 seed going against San Antonio round 1. Have fun with that after what we saw them do this year. So.
All right, so your destination is where then? What were you saying? I'm
gonna be a contrarian. I'm gonna say Miami.
All right, you're taking my suggestion.
I'll say either Miami or he's fine. I know financially it's not possible, but he somehow finds a way to just go back to Cleveland.
There you go. I'm just messing with you, Canteen. I love you. Yes, I am your insider. I hope this isn't spam, but we can always be friends. Cozy and everybody that's tuned in. Appreciate everybody there on YouTube from all over the world. That one is not getting shown because that's definitely spam. But there you go. Whatever you want. All right. You know how it comes to YouTube. They be giving you the spam comments and shit. Anyways, Wildcard Mar, help us out, brother. What are your thoughts so far on the news that came out today? Kawhi, LeBron, where's his destination?
I let's get LeBron out the way. I think it's a no-brainer that he'll probably end up in Golden State, but that's what I'm sticking with. The dots are not just only on his end, but on their end. They're showing their cards that they want him to be there. So, it's looking like that. So I'd be surprised if it's not Golden State, to be honest. When it comes to everything else in free agency, one thing that I'm getting a sense of is a lot of these GMs and owners are starting to tell these superstars that, hey man, what have you done for me lately? And if you ain't done nothing for me lately, we'll move off of you. There's been a lot of names that people got value for just getting moved. I mean, look at LaMelo Ball. I thought Charlotte would have tried to build around him. They said, nah, we're just going to tear it down and start over.
Right. Yeah. No, right. Yeah.
They say we good on that. John Morant. I mean, the Memphis Grizzlies said, hey man, enough is enough. We'll move off of him. Again, Giannis. Hey man, it was fun. We got a championship. But hey, it's time to move on. I mean, if you got a name that valued in the NBA, if shit just looks like the situation ain't looking as pretty as no more, hey, I'm just looking at it now in the atmosphere. They move off you now. They don't. It is what it is, and more times than not, it's probably beneficial for both parties. So, because I think John Morant definitely needs to change the scenery. Memphis go ahead and reboot. I was actually surprised about the LaMelo one, but I mean, I understand it to a certain extent. I actually like it more for him. He gets to go to be in Minnesota next to Ant-Man and just be a legit facilitator like crazy. So I actually like it more for him. In Charlotte, other way around. I didn't like that trade for him. But regardless, I'm just getting the sense that, man, hey, if the relationship is turning sour, it looks like people, like both parties, are more apt to just go ahead and separate now, more than what it used to be. Sometimes they keep you, hold you hostage as a superstar and try to put makeup on a big and try to make the situation look a little bit better, even though it's still shit. So but no, NBA, hey, that's what they do around this time of year. When the finals is over and leading up to the 4th of July, they got their own fireworks going. So here it is, that time of the calendar year, and they got shit cracking right now. Yeah.
Little bit of explosions going on. No doubt about it. No, you're completely right. Shout out. Hey, we appreciate you, Cozy. Since you took 10 minutes to write that, and you know what? You're our little homie. You're the one that always checks in. I know who you are now. You're the little 4-year-old, aren't you? Or 6-year-old that be writing in. No, we got this little kid. He'd be checking in. He'd be on his parents. He'd be on his parents' account or something, and he just checks in. 4. He's 4 years old. I don't know why we have 4-year-olds watching, but let's try to keep the language down for a few minutes until they log out. I don't even know if that's true. That could be false. But the thing is, you wow for that. All right, no, for real. It probably isn't. It's probably just a troll. Oh yeah, okay. He says he's 13.
Yeah, I'm not behind a 4-year-old hopping on. Yeah, coherently understanding what we're saying.
Coherently understanding what we're saying is tremendous.
First of all, 13-year-olds got probably some of the most sour mouths in the world anyway. So I ain't even tripping.
Wow, sour mouths is crazy.
I don't have kids, so I have to defer to the fathers on the street. All right, y'all have 13-year-olds, right? They're old enough, right?
I got one close enough.
Nope, done with 13.
Oh, you passed that.
Got some years. He's got 3 years.
There you go. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's older. He's in high school. That's right. All right, cool. Well, hey, look, I completely agree with everything that was said there. A couple things just to note. I did not like the trade for Charlotte either. Doesn't really make sense when LaMelo Ball was the only thing powering your offense. I also don't really like it for Minnesota. Minnesota has been like LA to me the past few years, making mistake after mistake after mistake. You trade Cat away, he ends up winning a championship. You brought in Gobert to pair up with Edwards, didn't really work out. Then you end up moving on, and now you're with Gobert, Edwards, and LaMelo Ball. So you might have a strong offensive guard rotation, but your bigs rotation is completely dismantled. Especially giving away Naz Reid in that trade. So I don't know what Minnesota is doing either. That being said, LA, fine. They might as well build a young team because the team they had last year was over the hill. And I would make a Bobby pun there, but I forgot the name of, was it Bob? Wasn't that their name? The Hills, the Bobby Hill? Anyways. But for the Lakers, this is what I want to talk about. This is bullshit, man. Conspiracy after conspiracy after conspiracy. I swear, man, if the Celtics had it so easy as the Lakers, we'd have 85 championships. The Lakers just get helped time after time after time. And now they got LeBron gone, but they still got Doncic to carry him for the next few years. What the hell LeBron mean he want to go somewhere he can win? You can't win with Doncic, but you think you're going to win with an old-ass 2K squad like the one you try and put together in Golden State? Now, I, aside from AP, think that Golden State with, healthy with LeBron, Curry, Draymond, and Anthony Davis, if they can trade for him, I think that's a playoff team. AP doesn't agree. AP thinks they don't even make the playoffs. I think that's the only choice LeBron has. What are you going back to Cleveland? You and James Harden are going to play together? Bro, I don't think he'd stand 2 minutes of being on the floor with James Harden. Probably likes Donovan Mitchell, but not James Harden. So I guess you got no other choice unless you go to Miami, which I had thought about earlier. So I'm going to say Miami just because I'm the one that popped that out early on the screen. But I see Golden State as the writing on the wall. Either way, I think LA was the best chance he had. Should have stayed with Doncic. I get that you weren't going to be able to build, especially with Reeves getting the max contract. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe one last run with the Davis, Draymond, and Curry gets the championship. But it's going to be tough. That's a tough sell.
Well, shame on you for doubting the Charlotte Hornets. That trade worked out fantastic for the Charlotte Hornets, man.
Mm-hmm.
Where the offense comes from,
You
forget that their leading scorer actually wasn't LaMelo Ball; it was Brandon Miller.
No, I'm just saying. But when he was on the floor, their offense was, I think, 122 points per whatever 648 minutes, and they were one of the best offenses in the league with him on the floor. Is what I was saying.
Because he just jacks up shots. So of course, if a guy he's a volume shooter who makes plays when he can't score. And that's why they chose Kobe White over him, who's actually a point guard. Now you turn it over to Brandon Miller and Con Knipple. You get Naz Reid back in the trade, which is a fantastic addition.
That is good. I like Naz Reid.
I'm booking it right now. The Charlotte Hornets are making the playoffs next season.
Okay. I mean, I thought they should have made this playoffs last season if they wouldn't have choked out in the play-in. But I agree with you. They got the better end than Minnesota. What do you think about Minnesota? Does anybody agree with me on Minnesota?
Absolutely not. Doesn't work out.
No. Okay. Yeah, I agree.
I hold LaMelo in the same place as I hold Trae Young.
Yeah.
Fun to watch, does not play winning basketball. And that's exactly why you're not with the team that drafted you any longer. Because they felt they could do better without you.
Which brings me to another point to bring up. The Wizards have denied they're going to trade AD. Yeah, what'd you think about that, Mar? I see your face. What were your thoughts? Any thoughts on that? On Trae Young?
Same boat as Trae Young?
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's crazy work, bro.
Yeah, fun to watch. Doesn't play winning basketball.
Oh.
I mean, he hasn't won. Trae Young hasn't won. We have to say that. Now, I will say I want to bring that up because AP and I were talking about this offline because of the fact that the Wizards are saying they're not going to trade Anthony Davis to Golden State. So now that means the Wizards are moving forward with newly drafted number 1 pick AJ DeBonta, Anthony Davis, and Trae Young. I think, to me, with the other young Bucks you have, all the other first-round picks they've had the past few years, to me, that's a playoff team. I think that's a team that can make the playoffs in the East.
Well, you also got to remember Anthony Davis is going to take half the year off too. So
yes, that's true.
I mean, Bobby, you're the one who coined him Street Clothes Davis, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Street Clothes.
I guess I can't take credit for that. It wasn't me.
But I mean, between that and whatever Trae Young decides to get mad at in the next month or so, that Washington will be playing at best, but I don't think they're going to make any noise.
Okay,
come on, O. Yeah, you're better than that.
They can't even make the 8th seed. They can't make the 8th seed.
No, but I'm saying, what happened the last time you heard a team say they weren't trading somebody?
No, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. You
have to forgive him. He's in Jaylen Brown denial right now.
I am. I so am. And that's another thing. Let's talk about this. Because listen here, Brad Stevens, I agree with Kendrick Perkins. If your point was that you wanted to trade Jaylen Brown the whole time, you got to offer up a little more to sweeten the pot to get Giannis. Now, as a Celtics fan, I'm happy it didn't happen because Brad Stevens did talk to Jaylen Brown before all of this and told him what was going to happen. And so hopefully, because Jaylen Brown, in my eyes, is the most mature player in the league, that he will be able to process this as smart as he is and intellectual as he is and understand that the times he's been proposed to be traded for was for two of the best players in NBA history in KD and Giannis. So I'm hoping he comes back, we work it out, because JB and JT and the Celtics right now with the team they still have is a championship caliber team in the East as it was presented this year. If JT and JP were both healthy, they could have beat that Knicks team. And now I'm not saying they are the best. I'm saying they're a contender in the East as is proposed. Anyone else?
Well, I don't disagree with that. Like if we're talking about a healthy Jason Tatum and a healthy Jaylen Brown, we're probably talking about the, argumentatively probably the best duo of teammates in the NBA.
Facts.
So I mean that you're not off on that. It's just that I think Jaylen Brown would hit, like you said, he's an intelligent man. He got to understand the business part of this shit.
The business, yes.
And I think he's mature enough to understand that, probably a lot mature than other players.
Than most, yes.
Because I mean, you got to understand that this is a business. I mean, we've seen how emotionally erect, like a James Harden has been about the business part of this game. So, and not just to poke at him, but I mean, there's been others that just don't understand the business part of professional sports, and they get their emotions wrapped up and forget that, hey, yes, that's the other side of that coin that you got to take into account. But look, his value is probably the highest it probably ever be right now. And so
that's true. That is true.
You kind of have to take the phone calls. I think you're not doing your job as a GM or a front office person if you don't take the phone calls.
Now he has said he wants 4 first-round picks for Jaylen Brown. So not many teams can offer that. The Atlanta Hawks can. But.
Didn't we just see Desmond Bain a year ago for how many first-round picks? I look, at this point, the picks don't even matter no fucking more in the NBA, because if for certain players they're going for that many first-round picks. Nah. If you want Jaylen Brown, which argumentatively you can say he's in the top 25 of best players in the NBA right now, go get him. I ain't trying to hear and whatever they said. So our analytical department got him as the 7th greatest value on the team or some shit. Whatever that bullshit.
Yo, who is that guy? I'm gonna smack the shit out that guy. I'm gonna drive to his house and smack the shit out of him. Who are you? 7th best player on the team?
Yeah,
you even know basketball?
What are we doing, bro? Like, and this is. And I think this is another thing you got to be worried about as a professional athlete, is when they throw bullshit at that out there like that to, smear your name, try to devalue you as sometimes you got to ignore that bullshit. But that was crazy as hell. I'm just kind of like,
wild, bro. Was there any clarity on that comment? Was it like, I know he couldn't have been talking about the actual Celtics roster. Was it like he would be the 7th best player on like a team of stars?
No, I think on their roster or something. It was like some analytical.
That couldn't have been.
I thought he just meant I just thought he meant on the average NBA team, which makes me even more mad.
I thought he was talking about if you put a team of stars, which I can see. If you put together a team of stars, there's a world where Jaylen Brown is the 7th best player.
Sure. If you're putting LeBron and KD and Giannis and all, maybe, yeah, sure. Of course.
Yeah, that would be the stars. But I'm mad at you, man. Why are you making me be so negative today?
But you're not telling me that Jaylen Brown is a 6th man. You're not saying he's not better than Peyton Pritchard. You're definitely not telling me that, right?
No, and it doesn't necessarily have to be better. Like, for example, I think Tyrese Maxey's better at basketball than VJ Edgecombe right now. But I also think Tyrese Maxey would be better used as a 6th man. I don't think he's a starting point guard on the championship team. I think he'd bring him off the bench, let him get 20 for you. That's his role, So one don't have to do with the other. But stop making me be negative, man. The Giannis as a Celtic scares me a whole hell of a lot more than Giannis on the Heat. I'm not even worried about the Heat.
Oh, of course.
They're
it would have
like
been
a
much better.
fringe playoff team right now.
Hey, Bobby, we can go get it. We can go try out for the Heat. They just need bodies right now, bro.
Yeah.
They need bodies right now.
The whole YMCA team out here.
I can still hit a corner three.
Corner three.
Hey, I know how to pass to Giannis. As soon as I get the ball, I ain't even dribbling. I'm throwing that shit right to Giannis.
Canteen says, which NBA team made the best moves in the draft lottery? Anybody got any, or the draft in general? Who had the best draft? Let's say that. Anybody got any feelings on that?
I mean, the easy answer is the Wizards because they got the best player.
Okay.
That's the easy answer, but I'm
Right.
mind by with this one. I think the Thunder had a good draft, and here's why.
Yeah.
It's because they found a replacement to Chet Holmgren
Yes, they did.
and Mara.
I don't know. Is he a
Seven
replacement though?
I don't think he's that good.
7'3" kid from
I don't think he
Michigan.
is. Look, I'm a UCLA fan, and we had him there as a freshman. I don't think he's as good as Chet Holmgren.
No. Hear me out. You don't need the offensive capabilities of him to be Chet Holmgren. You need his defensive prowess.
Okay.
You have the SGA. You have J-Dub. Just based off of how he performed, even when J-Dub wasn't there, I'm sorry, you're not my number two, bro. You're not my number two.
And you look at how Sam Presti's built this team too. He's built it based on defense.
Hey,
Who can be the better defender? That's why Lou Dort's still on the team.
Yeah.
Everybody's wondering why Lou Dort hasn't been cut or traded yet. Lou Dort is one of the better defenders on this team.
And just got extended.
Absolutely. That's why Hardenstein is coming back.
Just got extended. So my thing is I know Chet defensively is good. He's runner-up in Defensive Player of the Year. But here's the problem. He just got exposed this whole playoff run on, it looks good as being the help defender. Anybody could do that, bro. Mm-hmm. But if I got guards on the every opposing team and from round 1, 2, 3, literally was running through his chest. Guards was running through his chest. Like, come on, bro. Either get in the gym or what we gonna do? We
gotta get in the gym.
Gotta get something serious. So yeah, and you can't disappear like that. Like a healthy J-Dub automatically makes him the third option. Automatic. So when J-Dub is but when J-Dub not there and you don't step up, like, come on, bro. And I got all this draft capital. You ain't look. I know that extension got to kick in, but don't mean it ain't movable.
I mean, they're gonna have to make some decisions. They can't keep all of them under the luxury tax. No.
Not when all them joints start kicking in. Yeah. So
I mean, they already traded Andrew Wiggins and Isaiah Joe already. So
right, but they wouldn't be able to keep Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and SGA. They would have to trade one, wouldn't they?
Aaron Wiggins.
Aaron Wiggins. Sorry, I forget. He's the guy who saved basketball.
Stupid shit. Also looking at the NBA draft, Darren Peterson. Obviously, you got to look at the Utah Jazz. The young team they're building over there looks really good. Look, the Grizzlies, John Morant there, that experiment was over. They had to move on from that, and I think picking up Carlos Boozer, who in my eyes was the most sure thing in the draft. Obviously, his dad being a former All-Pro player and him being pretty much the same exact prototype of his father. I see Carlos Boozer being a multi-time All-Star in this league. And if you weren't going off the hype of prospective skill set of AJ DeBonsa, I would have probably picked Carlos Boozer, depending obviously on the situation. I understand why the Wizards did what they did.
Cam.
That's Cam Boozer, man.
Cameron.
What did I say?
Carlos.
Did I say his dad's name? I said his dad's name.
I was like, damn, like that.
My bad, man.
I'm gonna go all the way against.
Showing my age. I'm
gonna go all the way against the grain. I'm gonna say the San Antonio Spurs had the best draft.
Okay.
Why? Because the young man that they picked up shows me that they may be doing what I think they should do. I think they'll move Wemby to the 4. You picked up this young kid out of Kentucky, 6'10", 255, can play the 4 or the 5. You still got your boy Cornette off the bench. Get some bigs, move Wemby to the 4. He wants to play on the perimeter. Let him do it. He's still got to learn. He's still got to learn some post moves, but that gives you a stronger, more physical lineup. So I'm not mad at it.
I like that.
Yeah, just do him like he did Tim Duncan. Keep it big around him. Let him play the 4. He'll continue to dominate guys like Chet, guys like I can't even think of a 4 who could really stay with him. Like
there ain't one.
Exactly. So yeah, great move.
I mean, LeBron, if you put him at the 4 in Golden State. Nah, I'm just kidding.
I mean, look, somebody, well, all of them want to play the 4. That's the problem. Draymond Green and Anthony Davis, they all want to play the 4. A bunch of out of position play. This positionless NBA has convinced people that they can play in positions where they can't play. Okay, some of y'all forwards want to be point guards. We got Wemby out here shooting threes. Ain't seen a lick of the post yet at 7'3". I don't like positionless basketball. Can I go back to the 80s and the 70s when we had real guards and real forwards? Can I get Charles Barkley and Bill Laimbeer out here punching somebody in the nose? Can I get World B. Free actually running an offense like a pure point guard, like a Rajon Rondo? Anyways, let me get off my high horse. Shout out to you, Cody. We appreciate Cozy. We appreciate the subscription. Make sure you also subscribe at Wildcard Mar on YouTube, at IOW Sports Network on YouTube, at Audible Sports on YouTube, and at Rec Room Sports on YouTube. Please tap in with everybody here watching as well. Subscribe at Ball and Buds, BALLAND BUDS. And because I know you spent another 10 minutes on that, I'll show that on the screen as well. You have been answered, my friend. Sorry, we get to talking, and I can't show all the comments in between the conversations, but we do appreciate you tuning in. We call you the young homie. That's what we're going to call you from now on here on the show, the young homie. That being said, all right, cool. Well, that's some good NBA talk. Let's get to what we came here for. I do want to say something before we actually get into our NBA talk. All of us here are wrestling fans. So I assume most of you have at least heard the story if you did not know who she was before. But I am wearing a shirt today that says Rebel Heart. So if you're watching this program and don't know what this is, Rebel is a wrestler. She wrestled in AEW. Real name, Tanea Brooks. She was probably best known in AEW as her role with Britt Baker as Britt Baker's best friend at the beginning of AEW's run. Unfortunately, she has recently announced her diagnosis with ALS. ALS is a horrible, horrible disease. For anyone that does not know, she is now the second person I know personally in my life to now get ALS. So it is very close to me that we try to find a cure for this deadly disease, because not only is Tanea a tremendous wrestler, but Tanny, as I call her, is a friend. My best friend they are fiancés. So I am close to her. I met her when I first got to Nashville when they lived here, and she treated me as a friend right off the bat, and always did. And my heart goes out to her. I am praying for you so much. Also my brother Francis, I'm praying for you and anyone that has ALS. So if you are into donating to causes, wrestling fan or not, I would like to at least direct you to AEW. AEW, thank God for Tony Khan. I talked to Mara about this. I think it was on the show when I talked about this before. But thank God for Tony Khan. I know he's a rich guy that can do this, but they're paying for the majority of her care. So that's a lot of money coming out of his pocket. So God bless him for the things he does. A lot of people want to make fun of Tony Khan for being, an alleged drug user and all this other crap they want to make fun of him for. But one thing I know Tony Khan does is Tony Khan helps people. And he's a caring person who will give back to those that give to him. And so thankfully to him. But if you want to donate, go to AEW, get this shirt. $32. All proceeds go 100% to the ALS Foundation, Team ALS Gleason. If you're a football fan, Chris Johnson, prayers to him, was just recently diagnosed with ALS. So again, this is huge. It is there is no cure right now. It is a terminal disease. So once you find out, that means at some point it is going to be fatal. So let's pray that we find a cure. Please donate here or anywhere that you can. I am ALS, the ALS Foundation. My brother David, who was in the military, he has a blog at David Dubois' ALS Journey. I actually help him with that blog if you want to subscribe to find out more about ALS and how you can try to find a cure. So, Rebel, Kenny, I love you. Francis, I love you. Prayers, and to everybody who has ALS, we are thinking about you today and every day, and we pray that we find a cure as soon as possible. So thank y'all for letting me take that time out very quickly.
Sure.
All right. Well, as tough as that is for me to go back into business, this is live TV, and as they say, the show must go on, and I know she understands that. So let's talk a little bit of wrestling, because if she was watching, which I'm sure she's not, and I don't expect her to be, but if she was, she would want us to talk some action, WWE, AEW, and otherwise. So first of all, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the main event, WWE Night of Champions. Wow. We had I am part of the WWE fan council, where they ask for like your opinions on surveys and things like that. So they sent out one, as they do after every pay-per-view, and they asked how I like the pay-per-view. And I said, look, for a B-level PLE, which is what this is, it seemed more like a Royal Rumble. It seemed more like a Survivor Series in the spectacle that it was, and in the matches that they had on. They had a lot of good matches when it came to this show. And we know the main event was Gunther, was Cody Rhodes, and was Sami Zayn, which we will obviously talk about as being the biggest part of that show. But let's just talk about overall, go around the horn real quick. And yeah, we can actually just start there. What was your favorite part of the show? AP, I already know what yours is. So let's go ahead and start with you there. How did you feel about WWE Night of Champions?
I mean, I kind of agree with you. I think it was an overall solid show. A lot of great things. I think best match for me, though, was the steel cage match. I enjoyed every second of that. The physicality those two put on. Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, great match.
Yes.
Obviously, the big moment with Sammy winning the title at the end. I didn't see that coming personally. That was a little bit of a shock, but I mean, I understand why they did that. So overall, I thought it was a really good show. I enjoyed it for sure.
Okay, so your favorite match was the Seth Rollins Braun Breaker. Let's talk for a second about that, because a lot came into play here. They wanted Seth Rollins to obviously get the vision off of his back, so to say, and he's claimed that in multiple interviews since then. Also, as we saw on Monday night, this also turned into now we are going to move into what we've all been waiting for a long, long time, is the finishing of the Shield story between him and Roman Reigns. But a lot of people are miffed to the fact that Braun Breaker had to be the one to lose in this match, in what essentially people are saying Braun Breaker should be pushed more in the Obafemi type of push than what the treatment that he got here in this match. Mar, I see you looking a little, miffed about that. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, because Braun Breaker ain't Obafemi. What we talking about?
I mean, but he was supposed to be on that.
Yeah,
right.
But supposed to be ain't reality. Supposed to be ain't the same thing. Like, yeah, Braun Breaker was supposed to be what Obafemi was, but he ain't. Like, we gotta put in the context what Obafemi is since he hit the main roster. Like, we're talking about, like,
that's facts.
They let the man at that point in time retire Brock Lesnar. So unfortunately they backed themselves into a booking problem, because hey, once you put him in that high caliber type of a match, I mean, it's either championship or bust. After that, you can't book him in a fast. Once I saw they were going to a open challenge, I'm like, hey, I ain't got nothing for my dog, man. So, but he still has the aura. He still has everything that comes with that of being Obafemi. Bron Breakker is a talented and nice wrestler, but he was never what Obafemi was when he hit the main roster. That was never that. That wasn't the same thing.
Interesting. I mean, I do think that when he was at NXT, he was going to be the next big thing, right? They chose that before Trick came along. They chose him as the next big thing. But you're right. The response now since Oba came in has obviously been overwhelming. Now, I don't know necessarily. I don't know. Maybe you know more than I do. I thought that Brock decided that on his own in the middle of the ring. But needless to say, Oba has gotten a much better response than Bron Breakker did when he came in. I also think the storyline decisions between the two have been a lot different too, then in the fact that you push Oba as a single star versus putting Bron Breakker into a group. Bobby G, I saw you had some thoughts on that. What do you got?
Yeah, come on, man. Y'all just turning me into a hater today. I don't want to hate.
Oh, he's gonna be mad all day. He's gonna be mad all day.
But let's keep it a buck, man. Yeah, Brock was that. Like, y'all know me. I'm just getting back into the swinging thing. Brock was one of them dudes that kept me in the swinging thing. But let's keep it a buck. When Oba came in, where was Brock? He was injured.
Yeah. He was
in there. He was injured.
Yeah.
So let's not get like Oba just came and took his shine. No, he was injured. Division storyline, it's gone the way it is because they all got hurt. Bronson got hurt. Brock got hurt. Seth got hurt. It wasn't because of lack of interest. People wanted to see where that storyline was going.
Absolutely.
Now, the only thing that Brock has Brock doesn't have that Oba has is a hot intro. Let's keep it a buck because you get the same emotion when you see that boy turn towards the rope. You know what's coming. 23 miles an hour. Like, don't give me. You get to say you might even get more hype when you see him hit that ropes and duck than you do from Oba doing this freaking Batista impersonation. So, if you give him Brock, boy Brock, a hot intro, they on the same level. And I guess he's gonna be one of those young stars. It's gonna be him. It's gonna be Fatu. It's gonna be Oba. Like, he's one of the people you can see beating Oba in a match because he's that powerful. He's got that. Like, Omar just said. Like, if you just said in the ring, better at wrestling. Oba's powerful. He's got but can't tell me you couldn't see Brock beating Oba in a match.
Told you, you did it again. I'm gonna get you. Yeah, I'll raise your Cam Boozer for Brock Breakker. Is who, because you said Brock twice there and you meant Braun.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, Braun. My bad.
Bobby, I agree with everything that you had just said, because if they don't get injured, if their vision doesn't, obviously it started going downhill when Seth got hurt, and then obviously Braun's
right. And then they did try to fix it with the turn.
And they tried to fix it with Logan Paul and everything.
Wow. Jake says one got the privilege to work with the Beast, the other got to work with the bum-ass cross-dresser Seth Rollins. Stop this.
Hey, I'll take Jake. I'm with you, bro.
You leave CrossFit Jesus alone.
Hey,
oh my God!
Disrespect to Seth Rollins, probably one of the greatest wrestlers on God's
Facts. Facts. Come on now. Facts.
I'm not going to disrespect one of the greatest wrestlers.
Facts.
Right now. Seth Rollins. and look,
that's Steiner. He's gonna be fine.
Look, it was unfortunate that Braun and them got hurt, because I agree with you 100%. Oba's rise came at the point in time where there was a lot of injuries going on, but I can't say that as of right now, Oba has so much momentum. It's hard for me to say that Braun is going to catch that momentum, that wave that Oba has right now.
I believe he can.
That was my main point.
As long as he stays healthy.
Well, wait.
He can.
Oh well. Braun's a future star, no doubt. And I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I think he is a future star. I'm just saying right now, the trajectory, he did have a great match. And when you're having matches like that with Seth Rollins, trust me, that's a good feather in the cap. That's good that he was in a high profile match like that. I'm just saying, because of the fact that they treated Oba, and at the Mania match, you can't book him nothing less of a high profile match now. It's just it makes zero sense. And right. I'll save my comments for what happened on Monday Night Raw for another day because I got my own about that situation. But regardless, it's just
no, talk about it. I mean, if you got, hey, here we are.
Go ahead, finish your thought.
No, I'm just saying, for me, it's weird. Like, he won King of the Ring, and like, I want you to have your title match. Like, I get, trust me, I understand two things at the same time. I just don't like at the same time, right? Like, because I understand why you need to conclude this Brock Lesnar trilogy, but not at the expense of you earning that title shot, because that's what you earn as winning King of the Ring. So I'm kind of like, I understand two things at the same time. I just don't like them happening at the same time. I'm not jiving with this situation right now. It's like, that's all.
I get that part. I didn't argue that part, but on the thing of him being able to catch Brock, I think it is, and I think they're giving you time because you look at what they're starting to do to Oba. They're starting to bring him back to earth. Like, he didn't dominate Uso. He won the match, but he didn't dominate. He didn't toss him around and ragdoll him.
That's another thing, though. Like, how can you have him tossing around Brock Lesnar and all of a sudden he's mortal to Jey Uso? I didn't like that.
Because, at some point, you have to make him human if he's going to be champion. It has to be a way to beat. You know what I mean? It has to be a way to beat him. I think they're starting to show you the vet guys. Okay, this is how you beat Oba, and that's how you bring him down. So now we can all compete. See, you can't have to do ragdoll people for the next 20 years. That's what Oba might as well be.
But if he's ragdolling Brock Lesnar, Jey Uso is a lot smaller than Brock Lesnar.
So you don't want another Goldberg. Come on now.
Thank you.
See, and that was going to be my point, AP, is either with Oba Femi, you either go full Goldberg or you got to bring him back to earth and make him like huge.
I mean, that's true. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
And he can have great, if you watched him in NXT, he can have fantastic matches with smaller guys. I mean, he lost to Tony D'Angelo, for Christ's sake, in NXT.
But all their matches were fire, though.
Yeah. Like I said, Oba can have a great match. Like, go back and watch some of his matches with Wes Lee. Those are like some of his best matches with a much smaller guy. Brock is the same way. Brock can have great matches with smaller guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
same thing with the women. Like Jade ragdoll Tiffany for the title, and then you're like, how's she ever going to beat her? But somehow they made it look like a good match. Like she learned her lesson from getting ragdolled, and she could compete. You know. I mean, obviously, she got help in the match, but
I mean, despite the interference, it was still a solid match.
Yeah, it was.
And the thing with King of the Ring too is like, back in the day, it's like King of the Ring always wasn't for a title shot. Like especially in the 90s, King of the Ring was like, hey, you're our guy. We're pushing you forward. We're gonna make sure that you get all the shine possible. And then I know they wanted to do that with Triple H, but because of the whole curtain call thing, that ended up going to Stone Cold Steve Austin. They did the same thing with Brock Lesnar. I mean, he ended up getting a title match in the fact that, and I get why people are upset with the booking choice on that, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because I know Oba's getting a title match at WrestleMania. That's going to be what this is going to be for.
I hear you, AP, and you bring up a valid point. Because you're right. Back in the days, they was just like, hey, if you won King of the Ring, it was pretty much to say, hey, you're pretty much our guy. You're up next. At some point, you'll get your title shot, and the rocket's on your back. But the only problem is now, over the last couple of years, they made it the fact that if you win King of the Ring, that you get your title shot at SummerSlam. So now that you have already reset a new precedent, now it's kind of like, now you're going back against it. So that's why I think where a lot of people are like, yo, what are we doing right here with the booking? That's where
I would also make the argument that having a Hell in a Cell match with Brock Lesnar is bigger than being in a World Championship match right now. Yeah, especially if you retire Lesnar for good.
It would have to be because you retire him. Right.
Yeah. If you retire Lesnar for good inside Hell in a Cell in his home state,
in his hometown, which is exactly what's going to happen. And that's why I'm convinced that he came back after WrestleMania was because this was going to be in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you know what? Let me retire back home.
Yeah. Well, that was the rumor going in. Like, right. Remember, you're hearing the things. Oh, Brock.
Well, I'm still pissed off he took that moment from us. I thought we had that moment, Mar.
It was a great work. That was a great work.
Nah, damn that. Don't work me, bro. Don't work me, bro.
Don't work the thousands of dollars we paid, having us all emotional and shit.
Yeah. What was the better work? The Brock Lesnar situation that we got, or the Seth Rollins injury to the cash in?
Oh no, the Seth Rollins was better, bro.
That was probably one of the best of all time. Yeah. No doubt about that.
My man went on
I do agree. I do agree with AP though. I agree that.
Although I will say, Mark Henry did it first.
He did. Hey! Anytime you see a motherfucker with a suit jacket on, don't believe him.
I do agree with AP. I think that him beating Brock Lesnar in the cage is bigger than a title right now. He's going to get the title at some point. Yeah. We all know that. But let him do this first. You know what I mean?
It's handling your personal business before. Like Oba said on Monday, the title is always going to be there.
Yeah, I got 20 years for that.
The title is always going to be there. He has to finish Brock Lesnar now. I love it.
That's a fair point. Now that you put it in context like that, it's like, we know Oba's going to get his shot, and he's going to have numerous title opportunities. Yeah. So it's kind of like,
I mean, Brock himself has endorsed Oba. Brock rarely endorses anybody.
And this is a once in a lifetime type of situation to retire one of the most.
And you can tell Brock's having fun with this whole story too. So it's like,
hey, shout out! We appreciate you, Rock Chalk. If you love true crime, go subscribe at Rock Chalk True Crime on YouTube. The best true crime podcast on YouTube. Appreciate you and prayers.
What's with all this Kansas love all of a sudden?
And you know what? Hey, prayers up to you as well, girly. I'm glad you're on the mend. All right, cool. Well, Mar, what is your match for this night or takeaway from this night?
No,
we see the card here.
No, solid card.
Mm-hmm.
I know we got to talk about the main event. But for me, match-wise, I actually did enjoy the Oba and Jay because I kind of loved the fact that it showed Jay still got main event Jay Uso still in there. Yeah. And it, like you said, he didn't get ragdolled, and I guess that's because the veteran presence of Jay Uso been in the game for a minute. I just thought that was a solid showing that he put on. Obviously, Oba was going to win it. It's obvious. Yeah. It makes total sense why he would win it. But no, I thought that was a solid match. And it showed some I guess some fortitude from Jay, but also showed some perseverance from Oba to say, nah, I'm still the ruler.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a dope ass match. Solid.
No, it was a good match. If you're going to have him not be ragdolled around, although I think it should have been done maybe with a Otis at first or something before you did. Look, I love Jey Uso, so you're never going to hear me say a bad word about Jey Uso or the Usos in general. And if that's what you want to do, then that's fine. I'm okay with it.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, was there any other match that stood out aside from that one for you?
Trick, man, come on.
Okay, Trick.
That Trick.
But we've seen this match in NXT a couple times now, a few times actually.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
that didn't take away from it for you?
Well, I mean, for me, not necessarily.
I felt like I saw this before. You know what I mean?
You have, and I watch NXT. I watch NXT faithfully, so it's kind of like, all right, it's just put on a higher stage. That's all. So I'm kind of like, I've seen.
I think everybody's just waiting for the Trick Mello match to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have had that three-way at WrestleMania as we talked about. But anyways, all right. So Trick Williams does put away Ricky Saints. I don't know why here. And again, I'm thinking in my wrestling booker mind because look, I'm watching wrestling my whole life. So I pretty much know all the tropes and how you should book at this point. I don't know why you did this to Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints didn't. I mean, if you want to say, okay, we put Ricky Saints in a PLE main event match, that's fine. but I feel like you could have treated him better than just bringing him back to get beat again by Trick Williams. I feel like this didn't do anything for him. I feel like you should have worked him up a different way, and I feel like maybe even Trick Williams could have used a different opponent at this. Maybe even the aforementioned Carmelo Hayes would have been better at this matchup. So, again, I'm not upset with it, but I just think that both of those opponents could have been used in a better fashion for this night.
My hot take with this is that I think Trick's going to be on the John Cena type of rise here, because they're kind of going through similar paths where Trick wins the United States Championship at WrestleMania. He holds on to it for a little bit. He's going to be in the mid-card feud before they finally decide to bring him up and be in the main event status. Whereas with like guys like Lesnar and Batista that came out of that same class, they were thrusted into the main event scene right away. I think Trick's gonna be Trick's gonna be the John Cena of this class, I think.
Look, I'm just gonna connect some dots because I've recently been doing a bunch of rabbit holes into dimensions and multi-universes and different worlds and like how our stuff works. And like we live in 11 dimensions, right? Most people know that we have our standard 3 dimensions, time being 4. But when you look at actual scientists and all the stuff that goes into it, there's actually 11 dimensions. A lot of them are just curled up, very small dimensions, but these dimensions reveal parallel universes to ours and possible multi-universes. Now, have they proven it? No, but these are just theories that they have. But when looking into that, if you say that Trick Williams is John Cena, then Obafemi is your Brock Lesnar, as these two are growing up in the WWE multi-universe. I just wanted to collect some dots there. I don't know where that came from.
All right.
It sounded good in my head. Okay, I can accept that.
I would say Braun too. Back on him a little bit. He's kind of like what Randy Orton was when he was coming up too.
Okay, there you go. Now we have a trifecta. There you go. I like that. Now we're connecting all kinds of dots here. Okay, so what else? Any other thoughts on this? Obviously, Danhausen, you are cast. It's run its course. It's run its course with you gentlemen.
It never ran with me, but I always understood his point in the show.
It's because he's a Knicks fan, isn't it?
He ain't a Knicks fan. He became a Knicks fan because he
got that custom jersey too.
No, he saw it was fat in his pockets. He's like,
he saw the human monies coming in real quick from all the Knicks.
He saw the human monies coming in, bro. So hey. Smart entertainer, smart businessman.
This is what Tony Khan should have been doing with him.
He was doing.
What was Tony Khan? Nobody wasn't. He wasn't on TV every week like he should have been.
No, Danhausen was doing the same things. Tony Khan didn't take advantage of it.
Yes, facts.
This is why Danhausen was perfect for WWE, because he still gives that goofy, cartoonish, childish role for WWE.
Yeah, these are true.
And still,
absolutely,
yeah, and he still hooks in the children and who do what. They ask their parents to spend money. So yeah, he was perfect for WWE.
Okay, all right, cool. Well, any other thoughts on? Do we want to obviously talk about the main event? I'm going to get into, but any other thoughts on anything else?
No. Well, I mean, obviously, appreciate you having me on, but I'm gonna get ready.
I know you got to go. Yeah, I know you got to go. Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna kick it off with the main event, and I just gotta say this.
Please do.
The match was solid. The storytelling, everything about it. The near falls, how every last one of the guys got their chance to cook in a triple threat. Mm-hmm. And if you've been watching wrestling for a long time, you know how triple threats work. They're there for, possibly, give you multiple outs at a result. And so I think we all had to be, as wrestling fans, had to still be smart enough to say they love Sami Zayn out there in Saudi.
Yeah. Facts.
And the fact that it was in Riyadh, I was like, all right, that still leaves a 33% chance that he can walk away with this joint. Yeah, we're going to do some Steiner math real quick.
If you take my 33rd and a 3% chance, and you take his negative 64 and a...
Hey, so He had his 33% chance to win his right just off bat being it in Riyadh. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So the fact that it was a triple threat match, we should have bumped it up to at least about 40% because I'm like, we seen Gunter with the belt, we seen Cody with the belt. Like, at some point, all right, his percentage should have went up to 50% when you realize, like, damn, this man had multiple chances to get this damn championship
in Montreal, in his hometown, just like a year ago,
bro,
or whatever.
And I was like, I guess for me, I looked at all the possibilities of them actually putting the belt on Sammy. I didn't know if they would actually have the balls to pull the trigger. So that's why I didn't think of it at the end of the day. I'm like, I don't know if they got the, because the reason why I didn't think they had the balls to do it is because let's look at the reaction that Sammy has been getting lately. It's been more than nights has been more booing than cheering. And then lately, as of late, it's kind of been still a mixed bag where, you know, because have you noticed I'm the last real nice guy and my real day one.
That's a great gimmick.
You know what I'm saying?
Gimmick.
Great gimmick. And then he's like, those are my ride or dies, my day ones. He's been leaning into his fans that's been riding for him from the beginning. And I think they've been the ones that's been providing the cheers in the stadium. But you still got the people who he's been going up against. He was going up against Trick. There was no way he was going to be the out-cheered guy at that point in time. He's going up against Cody, who, let's still be honest, is still a mixed bag of emotions that he inflicts on the crowd. So he's in there with Gunter, another guy that invokes the mixed bag of emotions on the crowd. So going into this, I'm like, it really is a toss-up of how you could really and get an outcome on this. And I guess I just didn't know if they had the balls to pull the trigger, and they did. And I look, we've seen this in sports, and especially in you know, professional wrestling. People love lovable losers.
Yes, facts.
They love the lovable losers. They love the underdog.
Yes.
All right. People love that for some fucking reason. Throughout the history, they love fucking losers. They love the lovable losers. All right.
Facts.
Sammy's been losing in this situation for so long, and you still love him. You know, he's the underdog. Yeah, you know, beat Oz, beat Gunter, beat Cody. That's why I was like, man, are they gonna pull the trigger? And they finally did, man. So nah, man. Congrats to Sammy. As a wrestling fan, it's good to see, you know, guys that have been putting it down for a long time, and they finally get their shine to be the guy of a company like this. So, I mean, if we got a Daniel Bryan being champion, hell, why can't Sammy be a? I'm not a big fan of it, is because I don't like lovable losers. All right, I like people that. I like the Obafemis, all right? I like the Brock Lesnar's. I needed to be realistic that my top guy is going to be damn near unbeatable. You know what I'm saying? Now with your top guy is Sami Zayn, I'm like, how long? Is it a week? All right, you can come up off that motherfucker now. Like, come on.
And let's not forget also, he has the Bloodline endorsement. So there you go.
That's facts. And they saw what AEW did with Darby Allin, putting it on him for 3 weeks. So they figured, you know, we might as well. And look, you're right, though. Just like he said, he's put in 20 years. I used to watch him in ROH as El Generico. So he's put in work in this industry for a long, long time and done a lot of good work. And he does deserve his shine. And everybody deserves to at least win it once, I believe. I'm not like Mar. I'm not as cynical. I think everybody, you know, Darby Allin should get his couple weeks. You know, the Brooklyn Brawler did so much work. He could have won an Intercontinental title at least or something. Like, damn it, man. He ain't getting no shit. No, but I see what you're saying, though. But okay.
It'd be cool to see El Generico in AAA.
Yes.
I would love
I need that. I would
love that.
That's a crazy idea, bro.
Hey, Mar, thank you so much. I know you got your other show. Hey, y'all, go and subscribe. Tap in at Wildcard Mar right now at IOW Sports Network 4035. Right now, they are about to go live here in a few minutes. Let them know, Mar.
Nah, for sure. Hey, man, we be on there. Me and Randy gonna kick it off Taco Tuesday. We got a lot of NBA talk to talk about. You know, he is a Knicks fan, so he's still probably still feeling on high. Hey, but I ain't gonna let him just have the whole show to brag about the championship. I gave that to him last week, so no, we ain't doing that again. But no, man, appreciate y'all. Hey, my brothers on here, my podcast brothers, man. Hey, man, I respect all these gentlemen on screen because it's more than podcasts with us. I'm talking about like we check in on each other, make sure everybody's doing good. Yeah, man. Hey, there's gonna be a point in time we're gonna have all the gang together in the same city, same state at one point in time, and more. Because our podcast gang is pretty heavy, it's getting heavy. So yeah, man. But I appreciate y'all. But I'm gonna get ready for the show, man. Y'all have keep cranking at that fire ass content, fellas. So appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Hey, appreciate it. All love, brother. Thank you so much to Wildcard Mar. You make sure you tap in with him. Subscribe at Wildcard Mar. They'll be going live here in a little bit at IOW Sports Network as well. We really appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Yo, I'll let y'all.
All right. Yeah, he's not wrong. I actually got my first check-in text from Mar. He texted me. He's like, "Yo, what's up, brother?" And I didn't end up hitting him back for a couple hours. And I was like, I was busy. And I was like, "Yo, you good? Everything good?" He's like, "Oh yeah, just a check-in text." I was like, "Oh shit, I got my first check-in text from Mar." I was like, "That's cool. I like it. Anyways. So thanks to him for tuning in. And what are your thoughts, Bobby G? Main event here. What'd you think?
I thought it was a great match. Of course, I do not like Sami Zayn winning as well. Because it just draws too many questions. Like, Trick came in and disposed of you. So, who gets the next title shot? You know what I mean?
Right.
It also brings up an interesting question. Who will be the first one to be a world champion, Oba or Trick?
Oh, okay.
But the match itself, it'll probably be over. But the way they set it up, like it has to be Trick. Like he deserves a title shot tomorrow. He's beat Sami twice, including
because of how he beat him, he's the one that should be first up for a title shot.
Exactly.
Okay. I can see that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it'll probably be over. But the match itself it was a good match. Like Mar said, everybody got their screen time, everybody got the shine. The back and forth, the near falls. The only thing that was a little bit much for me was the double.
Double crossroads?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're looking kind of like the human centipede.
How do you do that?
Terrible.
But it was a solid match, and hey, shout out to them for doing right by Sami Zayn. Put in the work, you give your time, you sacrifice your body for this company, and to see him rewarded in an area where he was appreciated. Not just randomly. So he was able to enjoy it amongst his people. So
you didn't get to do it in Montreal, like I said last year when he was could have won it. I felt at this point I was actually one of the ones that thought he was going to win this match because I figured all of this, and I was like, well, this is the time to pull the trigger if you're ever going to pull the trigger. So they did it. Now we'll go on with this for, it's not going to be long, like me and AP were talking about, because even Sami Zayn acknowledged that in his promo where he said, it doesn't matter what happens tomorrow or next week, so he knows he's not for long. AP, what'd you think?
I mean, I loved the match. It was fun. Fun little triple threat. Triple threats are always fun. Gunther, for some reason, in every triple threat he's ever competed in, makes it look gold. It was an awesome match. I kind of already know because I kind of see ahead of time, but I won't say anything for you guys. Kind of already know what's going to happen, but I agree with you. Sami's not going to keep that belt for long, but it was great to see him win it. It was one of the better. It actually, honestly, it's probably one of the top moments of the entire year for WWE. Okay. So it's him winning the title. I will put it top 5 at the very least. So, because while yes, it was kind of all the signs were there for him to win it, nobody thought they were going to pull the trigger and actually give Sami the belt. So, just for him to have that moment and for him to do that promo at the end too, that was. A lot of people are kind of comparing that to kind of the Austin 316 moment, which obviously nobody's going to ever top the Austin 316 promo ever.
Right.
But at least for Sami, he got his moment, he got his title win, and like you said, it doesn't matter if he loses it next week or what have you. He's still got a great moment. And at the very least, like you said, he can say he's WWE champion. Not many people can say that.
Yeah, completed his triple crown, right?
Absolutely. He's a Grand Slam champion.
Or Grand Slam.
No way. Really?
Yeah, completed his Grand Slam.
Yeah.
You know what? He deserves it. Good for him.
Former U.S. champ. I think he won. I want to say he won the IC title first.
That's awesome.
And then
Good for him.
Then he was he was U.S. champion first, and then he won the IC title during COVID. Of course, everybody remembers the first main event with him, KO, and the Usos for the tag titles. That was his third title, and then of course capped it off with the world title.
Good for him because he was always the afterthought for Kevin Owens with their brotherhood. So I always felt kind of bad for him. All right, cool. Well, hey, I was going to talk about all of the reviews from this weekend, but we got a late start. We talked NBA, which went on for a while, so we're not going to touch on everything. Mars left. So, but I do want to at least bring up the rest of the cards from the weekend. We can briefly touch on each of them before we get out of here. But yeah, also this weekend, aside from aside from WWE, was AEW, was TNA, and was NXT. So let me go ahead and bring that up right now. Here we go. So aside again from Night of Champions, AEW Forbidden Door was this weekend. NXT had Great American Bash, and TNA had Slammiversary, which is their biggest pay-per-view of the year as well. Sorry for the small photo. I thought that would have been bigger, but either way, looking on.
She said,
huh? Oh my gosh.
I would also make the argument Bound for Glory is the bigger pay-per-view than Slammiversary. So,
which one?
Bound for Glory.
Really? Okay, I can accept that.
I would make the argument Bound for Glory is their biggest pay-per-view.
They are the two biggest, though, if you had to say those two.
Because they have their Hall of Fame on Bound for Glory, so
that
I
is
would
true.
say Bound for Glory is their biggest.
Okay, no, I'll give you that too. I give you that. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and talk about it, though. First, let's talk about. We might as well, since we just talked about Slammiversary. TNA on your upper right-hand corner. Santana, yes, my Boricua brethren, the Puerto Rican brother. He went up against, don't call him Dolph Ziggler, a.k.a. Nick Nemeth, here for TNA. So they went up, Nick Nemeth beating, let me see if there we go, I got a better one there. Nick Nemeth beating Santana for the championship. Rumors on the dirt she had it that because Santana's contract is actually up with TNA, and so that he's going to be moving on. That's why Nick Nemeth won the title. But anyways, sorry to say that, but every title run ends. I am anxious to see where he goes next. I wonder, does he go to NXT? Does he possibly go back to AEW? Bobby, do you watch TNA at all?
I'll catch it every once in a while, but I'm not I'm dedicated to it. But I did catch a glimpse of the Hardys.
Yes, the Hardys. They fought in a six-man, I believe it was a six-man ladder match.
Yeah,
I believe they fought in and won.
Yeah, so I'm always
beating the
Hardys.
righteous. Yes.
Yeah, I'm always supporting.
Okay, there you go. Always supporting the Hardys. I am as well. Love some Hardys, but yeah.
Also, shout out to Amazing Red getting a Hall of Fame induction this year.
Look, man, that's pretty awesome. Amazing Red, as we talked about offline, if you don't know who he is one of the original, 90s wrestlers that was, in ECW and stuff that people really love, that was, an innovator of moves that you see all the time now. The, what do they call it? The, damn it, the what?
Code Red.
The Code Red, and a bunch of other moves that he did, the Shooting Star Press, and a bunch of others
one of the TNA originals when it first started up.
TNA originals. He lost in a Cedric Alexander, former WWE star, actually is the champion and won this match. Frankie Kazarian, shout out to the 40-year-old legend here. I believe he's going into the Hall of Fame for TNA, but he was also in this match. What else did you have here? Again, it was a four-way ladder match, Hardys beat the System, Righteous, and another team, I don't even know who the hell they are, so don't worry. In a good match here, no surrender match, Moose and Eddie Edwards, former system partners, went up against each other, with Moose winning there. So overall, a decent pay-per-view for TNA. I think the biggest match there obviously being the one I mentioned. Let's move it on to NXT. NXT this weekend had Great American Bash, the main event being Tony D'Angelo retaining his title against Naraku. Now, if you don't know who Naraku is also Evil from NJPW. So if you don't watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, he was their title holder for about the past year before his contract was up and WWE signed him to come over and play Naraku. Now, I thought that he should have been the champion. Why do you bring in such a famed champion for NJPW and then have him come in and lose to D'Angelo? I didn't like it, but it is what happened. Any thoughts on this one, gentlemen, the NXT card?
I mean, the actual main event was Kendall Gray and Lola Vice, but yeah.
Yes.
Which,
Can you talk about it?
You kind of knew from what they've been talking about for the last, half year on social media now. Kendall Gray is going to be the next up-and-coming female star. She's already getting that big push. She's already getting like 5 people coming. And her first title defense is against Natalya. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I like it.
I like what they're doing with her. They'll just give her Kurt Angle's theme music. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, I mean, she beat Lola Vice, a good competitor. I talked to AP about this offline. I think she's a little too small for my liking to actually be taken, as a serious world champion over the years. But again, we watch wrestling to suspend our disbelief. That's the whole point. So I must do that here. Bobby G, did you have any thoughts on the NXT card?
Shout out to my boy Shiloh Hill, man.
Shiloh Hill.
Yes. Guys, I'm just getting back into it. I pay more attention to WWE than the other brands, but the one brand I do pay attention is the LFG. I love the LFG. Watching these guys develop and try and make their way. He was one. I've been on him since he's been on there since season 1. Made his way up to the NXT ranks, so now he's a mainstay there. So I just want to continue to watch his journey. So he'll be on the main card one day. One day, he's one of those. So
yeah, I don't really necessarily like the gimmick they did. I think they call it the fog or something, where he went under the ring. I'm like, come on, bro. Wait a minute. I can suspend my disbelief. All right, I do it all the time. You told me there was some dude named the Honky Tonk Man. You told me there was some guy named the Big Boss Man. You told me there was a Doink the Clown that could beat people up. All right, I've suspended my disbelief a lot. Bray Wyatt came along. We suspended our disbelief a lot. But you're trying to tell me.
I was going to say, you're the one who brought up Brooklyn Brawler earlier.
Sure, fine. I can suspend my disbelief. But you want me to believe that this guy pulled the other guy under the ring, and all of a sudden, he's under there with a camera filming him. There's a cell phone that randomly is under there. I guess some stage worker left when he was setting up the ring. This starts ringing, and you mean to tell me he didn't see the other guy run off through the other side of the ring? Anyways, I get it. Okay.
Would have been better if Hornswoggle just appeared out of nowhere. Over there taking a nap under the ring.
I do like how they had another guy under the ring and the camera, so he could run off. I also did like his finisher, a finisher I've never seen before. I think it looked kind of like Matt Hardy's, not Matt Hardy, but Matt Hardy. It looked kind of like what does he call it? Twist of Fate, but from the top rope. Right. Yeah, that's what that looked like.
But I'll tell you what, and I'm not saying he could be Bray Wyatt at all. But what I am saying is he could pull off one of those Bray Wyatt type characters.
Sure. Yeah, I could see him being part of the Sickos, the Wyatt Six, which, by the way, I can't believe they let them go. What a waste. They do all this. They get such a good backing behind these people. Scary time every time they show up, and then they just cut them.
Because they didn't do the obvious thing. They should have made did the double entendre with the name, made Alexa Bliss part of it, and put her in charge. Forget Howdy.
Oh, I like that.
Everybody was literally waiting every week for Alexa Bliss to join the Wyatts.
I did think she was at some point, but hey, whatever. Anyways, all right. Let's move it on to the last one. AEW Forbidden Door was this weekend. Look, I know Bobby G doesn't watch it. Bobby G, I'm going to tell you, look, I've been watching AEW this whole time, and right now they are in their peak. I mean, the pay-per-views they've put on this year have been WWE level type wrestling, and this was no different. Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay was one of the best matches I've seen all year, if not the best match I've seen all year. Even one of the lower matches, like a Kenny Omega versus a Zack Sabre Jr., was just a master class of wrestling. You look at the steel cage match. Yes, I don't like the premise of it, that Mark Briscoe is going for a world championship, and he asked for a 12-man steel cage match. So wait a second. You mean to tell me that this one guy was able to request 11 other people going through pain and suffering in a steel cage for him to have a world title chance? No, I don't agree to this. You can't just put me in this.
That is very. If you watch the Briscoes over the years, Omar, you know this is very on brand for Mark Briscoe, though.
No, I know, but I'm just like, wait a second. I don't agree. You can't just put me in there just because. No, you substitute me out. Get somebody else in there. But anyways, that was a great match.
See, if this was Jay doing this, Jay would have made it a barbed wire steel cage match.
Well, look, they got kind of nasty in there. There was some glass, there was some explosions. I think I'm not sure if what's his name, the new guy who's really good. What's his guy? Oh man, Kevin Knight, the new guy they're trying to push really hard. He got blown up at the top of the cage. I'm not sure if he's alive after that bag exploded in his face. They use a lot of glass now. A lot of times they're using, like, I'm surprised the bat with the spikes didn't get brought into the match. But it was a good match. Anyways, Bobby G, I'm sure you didn't watch any of this, but I think you should start watching AEW.
I watch the highlights of my boys, the Hurt Syndicate. Those are my guys.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, they didn't even get a match here, so that's unfortunate.
MJF turns me off though, so bad.
Yeah. Okay, I see that. I don't really care for
his interviews. I love his interviews, like away from the company. Those are awesome because he's one of those guys that he's in character 24/7.
Kayfabe.
I love that. Yeah,
keeps kayfabe alive.
But when on the actual show, he pisses me off so bad. Like I can't watch it.
I mean, like you said, on the mic, I think he's even better than CM Punk on the mic, to be honest. But yeah, I don't really care for his necessarily personality. John Moxley defeated Bandito. I thought Bandito should have gone over there. I don't think John Moxley needs to win anymore. What else happened here? Mercedes Moné.
He needs to leave. He needs to leave.
I just think it's worn out, and I don't see why he needed the title 3 times either. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, give it to new people. Mercedes Moné,
especially when you hide it in a briefcase for 12 months.
Yeah, that was stupid. Not even talk about that. Mercedes Moné defeats Maya World. So Maya World apparently was a huge Mercedes Moné stan, and you can see it because she wore the same exact outfit on this pay-per-view. But this was a really good match. I thought this was an excellent matchup. AP?
Oh, thank God.
I hate Mercedes.
Oh, that's fine. I'm not talking about her. I just whole pay-per-view. Yeah, you don't.
I mean, it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I mean, you mentioned it with Strickland and Ospreay earlier. We know what this is leading to. Will Ospreay's going to win the title at All In because it's in Wembley, in London, his home country. We know where this is going. And I agree. Why have 12 other people in a steel cage for one guy to get a world title match? But it is very on brand for Mark Briscoe, so I'm not gonna question it. Other than that, there wasn't really anything that stood out to me.
Really?
Other than those two, there was not really anything that stood out to me other than those 2 matches. I'm not a fan of MJF either. But Will Ospreay could go for sure. He's definitely one of the better wrestlers in the country. So I'm excited. I mean, we obviously know what it's going to be. So it just depends on can they put on a solid. Is it going to be him and NJF? I mean, yeah, we all know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mark, you're not winning a world title unless they try to do the double swerve again like they did last time and be like, hey, Mark Briscoe, get a world title.
I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to do the Sami Zayn, Darby Allin, and give Mark Briscoe the title for a couple weeks. I think
just to give it back to MJF again until he could be a 5-time champion. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, probably. But look, shout out to Briscoes. I love the Briscoes. Rest in peace to Jay. The Briscoes were always, look, I've met them like 6 times at wrestling shows, so much to the point here in Nashville that they would recognize me at the shows and they would come take pictures with me afterwards and be like, oh, what's up, brother? And just talk to me for like 10, 15 minutes and just have a conversation like real dudes. So rest in peace to Jay and shout out to Mark, both good, real brothers. I hope he does get the title.
Also, Big Cass is leaving, by the way. I just heard that.
Well, apparently him and Enzo are rumored to possibly be coming back to WWE or NXT.
Oh man, that pop is going to be huge, especially if it's in New York.
Also, the New Day is rumored to be coming to AEW on All In, and they're probably going to have a New Day Young Bucks and FTR match is what they're thinking.
How many super kicks? Over under 100?
Oh my God, 3,000 super kicks, 3 million super kicks in one match.
That is the most saturated move in wrestling now,
and it's all because every single great tag team, it was like their main move.
Second,
yeah, come on, it's the Ric Flair chop, bro.
Well, that's not necessarily a move though. But yeah, I feel you.
How's it not a move? I gotta hear that. How's it not a move?
Because in Japanese wrestling, that's like a staple. Like that's like it's just like a something you have to do in order to keep wrestling. It's just like you gotta throw some chops. It's like a jab. It's like a jab in boxing. Like it doesn't necessarily you ain't gonna hit them. You just gotta keep tapping.
Literally, my favorite line. My favorite wrestling commentator line of all time was. The beginning of I want to say it was One Night Stand 2005, and you just hear after the first chop, you just hear Joey Styles go, "Oh, the first plate of chops has been served for the evening."
That's great. That's true.
I love Joey Styles commentary.
He was so good, so good. All right, y'all, that's it for us for tonight. We really appreciate everybody that tuned in today. Thank you to Wildcard Mar that was with us. Please go tap in and subscribe at Wildcard Mar on YouTube. They're on live right now talking NBA, him and Randy. So go check them out, please, right now as well. Tap in with my brothers here. Go ahead, AP, let them know.
So no shows until after 4th of July for me. Well, other than, of course, Thursday, Rec Room Sports Radio, ESPN 690 in Jacksonville, 4 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern. Check that out, whether it's live on the air or on the YouTube page. You can check it out on both sides. But once we come back after 4th of July, Wednesday's baseball show Around the Diamond, myself, Jonathan Grishman, and Scott Coe, talking all things baseball, previewing, of course, All-Star Game and catching up on some news and stuff. And we're going to be talking about the CBL talks. The ongoing labor talks with Major League Baseball and how that's being affected right now. And then we're back on Lock It In on the weekends once the holiday is over. We're starting into college football talk, which is all football from now until all the way into February. So
yes,
here we go.
Can't wait for football season. Bobby G, let him know.
Take me full, even though I hate it, but now I got a reason to.
What'd you say?
Take me full screen.
Oh, my bad. That's what I thought you said.
There you go. Yep. All right there.
Oh, that's why. Got it. Okay. My bad. Yes. I didn't even see that till just now. Has that been there the whole time?
Yes.
It gets me Fridays an Audible Sports Podcast, Thursdays for a Thursday night post game show, and then of course Mondays and Wednesdays. Game Time 216, me and Big Mike at 2:16 Eastern. Also, shout out to Ben Whitaker, made his American debut this weekend with a second round KO. Still undefeated. And then what else? Hey, go USA. World Cup matches is tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, they play New Zealand, Bosnia Bosnia and Herzegovina tomorrow.
Yeah, so hey, go USA. It's knockout stage. Can't stop messing around. Get the job done. Get her done.
Hey, I like how that maximized. I didn't know you had that. I apologize. If I would have known that, I would have kept us at the 4 the whole time. But there you go. I'll show her what again. Go to Audible. That's pretty good. I might have to do that with mine too. I might have to do that layout with mine. That's something I could probably put in here.
It's convenient.
Okay.
Very
All right.
good.
And
Also, go
well,
Team Mexico.
Yeah. There you go. Go Mexico. I am very upset because my German team got screwed yesterday. Screw you, VAR. I'm pissed. So I don't want to talk World Cup anymore. That being said, tap in with my boys. And I appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you so much. Thank y'all, brothers, for coming in. I'm gonna do my own thing real quick because I want to do another promo for the donation to the ALS. So I don't want to keep y'all on. But thank you. By the way, before y'all leave, next week, NBA, we will have our NBA season review, off-season preview. We'll talk free agency, draft, everything. Catch Bobby G with me next Monday night. We'll also have the boys from 19 Media Group and hopefully some others joining us. And as well, 2 weeks from now, we're pushing the baseball show back from that next Monday to the following Monday. So it's going to be the day before the All-Star game on the 13th. I would also like to extend an invitation now to BG, to Wildcard Mar, to Averill, and to anybody that wants to talk baseball. This will be the big, huge mid-season show before the All-Star break. So y'all are more than welcome to join us and talk baseball with us. But yeah, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, leave that to the experts. But no, shout out to the Philadelphia 76ers. Thank you. They made me the happiest person on earth. Dean Wade, now a member of the Philadelphia 76ers. Screw Dean Wade. I hate his freaking guts. And he is finally gone.
That is wild. All right. Peace out, y'all. I'll see y'all later.
Once again, thank you, Tanner Bybee.
He's next. Get him out of town next.
Shots fired. Yes, thank you to my boys. They came on and did things well with your brother. And thank you all to everybody who did tune in today. Let me get myself up here on the big screen. There we are. Thank you all again to everybody who tuned in today. It was a really amazing show. We talked some NBA. We talked some wrestling. Got you all caught up. But again, I just want to kind of put, I know earlier I had them on here, but I want to make this into a short so I can actually put it online, so I can put it for a donation. So let me put myself on the big screen here real quick. And actually, it may make sense for me to do this number. Let me put myself in the middle here. Hold on one second. I see you, Rock Chalk. Hold on. I'm about to promote you in 2.5 seconds. Give me just a moment. Here. Let me save that here. Let me update that here. Okay. Now that I'm in the middle of the screen and full on, shout out to Rock Chalk. I want to make sure you all subscribe at Rock Chalk True Crime. Prayers up to you, girly. I hope that you get well soon. I know that obviously we're all behind you. So y'all make sure you tap in and subscribe at her channel, Best True Crime on YouTube. Definitely not going to be disappointed. Subscribe there. But also I want to take a moment. So let me go ahead and actually turn this music down because it's a little annoying right now. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, today I wasn't planning on doing a wrestling show. But I decided since it was a big weekend for wrestling and because of the fact, that I wanted to make sure that the donation or the way you could donate for the ALS fund was out there for Rebel. So again, just because I want to clip this, please, StreamYard, clip what I'm about to say. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Really appreciate it. But more importantly today, is talking about the cure of ALS, talking about eradicating ALS. If you haven't heard of ALS, aka Lou Gehrig's disease, it is unfortunately a terminal illness for which there has been found no cure. That being said, if you are a wrestling fan watching today or a sports fan, you may have heard of Rebel, who was a very great wrestler, wrestled in AEW, probably best known to most wrestling fans as being in the partnership with Britt Baker at the beginning of AEW. But I know her as a friend. I knew her from here in Nashville, and she always treated me as a friend. And so I am going to do my best to try to help her in her time of need. And so recently she came out on social media and announced her diagnosis of ALS. We all are rooting for her. We are praying for you. We are sending our love, our strength to you, Rebel. She is one of the most amazing people I've ever met. And I know people always come on and say that sort of thing after people die and things like that. But no, you don't get it. Like when you meet her, she's one of the nicest people ever, like just caring. She didn't have to be nice to me after she first met me and didn't know me from anybody, but she went out of her way, gave me, free tickets to shows and treated me like a friend, talked to me after show, stuff like that. And, also I have developed a personal relationship. So I want to make sure that I put out there that you all can go and support her in her time of need. Let me go ahead and put this up right now. ALS, shout out to ALS and Tony Khan. ALS is the wrestling organization. They are selling this t-shirt online, the Rebel Heart t-shirt, because again, Rebel gave her all for a lot of people and loved everybody. And as Rock Chalk would say, we all need to love louder and love each other as, God would tell us, love your neighbor and love as you would yourself. And as a faith person, as Rebel is, I know she believes in that as well. So go get this. The link is right there. ShopAEW.com, Rebel Heart t-shirt. Now, there is the t-shirt for $32. All proceeds, 100% of the proceeds will go to the ALS Foundation to try to find a cure. Sorry, I think I was blocking my mouth. All proceeds, 100% go to the ALS Foundation. There's also a bracelet, so don't miss the bracelet. I'm upset that I missed it. I didn't realize it was on the site, but it's right below it. There's also a bracelet, like a Livestrong kind of bracelet for $10 extra. So again, all proceeds go to ALS. But please, if you want to, if you love wrestling or you just want to support the cause to defeat and find a cure for ALS, please do. Again, prayers up for Rebel, and shout out to Tony Khan for helping her in this journey. My love, my prayers, my strength, my heart goes out to you, Rebel, and Francis, and everybody else there. I love you all very much, and I'm here for anything, obviously, that you need. Please, people, again, I'm just trying to talk so I can leave the link up there, because the more people that see the link, the better. So appreciate everybody that tuned in. But yes, okay. Just wanted to leave that up there so everybody can see it. I'll go ahead and link to it in the description on the video as well. That's probably a good thing to do. And I'll put it on Facebook. So that way, if you can't find it here, or if this goes away too quickly, go to my Facebook, go to my YouTube. You can also be able to find this link where you can donate to cure ALS. God bless, Rebel. We love you. Rock Chalk says cancer sucks, but God is good. Yes, we are praying for you. Praying that they get rid of all of that cancer. We're sending our love to you. You send your love out to everybody, and you deserve it back at this point in time. Make sure you subscribe at Rock Chalk. Yeah, not great. I obviously am a baseball fan, so I'd always knew about ALS, but I first became personal with it a few years ago. A guy from the military, one of my buddies from the military, David, who also I'll promote right now, David Dubois. If you Google David Dubois' ALS journey, he has a blog, and it's a blog about his journey with ALS and the things he's had to go through. And it's very, very resourceful for people that have ALS or PALS, who are, another term for, providers of people who help partners of ALS. There's also families of ALS and all that stuff. So you can learn a lot. David's ALS journey. Just Google it, because the website is it's got some numbers in there that I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyways, yeah. Let me put that link in there one more time. Love to everyone that is out there facing something. Prayers to you. And again, thank you for everybody tuning in today. I'm not even going to say anything else, because I don't need to promote my stuff. I want to promote this. God bless to you all. And to all, a good night. Holla. 5,000.
that world heavyweight flow. Championship belt wrapped around my waist, yo. I got that Ric Flair figure foe. Slam you on the pavement, that's why they call me Street Pro. Create heat on beat flow. Like Jordan after the second time he three-peated folk. You came prepared, now get ready for the show.